What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Winterfell, with the third week of campus updates for some of the previous maps we've done in the Let's Plays. So this was the Season 5 Let's Play, focusing on the Snowfall DLC. And we built kind of a loose feeling area here. Tried to keep away from the grids for the most part, but then grids started to spill in here or there. And then we had a very grid-based industrial area over here. Now, for those of you that were following the last season, I did get up to 70,000 population by zoning off this area up here in all high density, and then I've since deleted it, but you can still see some commercial area up here. The reason I did that was I wanted to get some of the monuments in. Now, all these are, or I shouldn't say all of these, most of these are off right now. What is on is the recycling plant and the Eden project. Now, we could turn on the Hadron Collider, but for right now, we're just going to leave it off. Looks like I forgot to heat over here. So I did a very basic start, a very basic framework to try and get us going a little bit faster on this episode. And let me just connect some basic heating pipes to get a little bit of framework going, and then I'll show you what I did here. So if memory serves, yeah, 2200 when it comes to heated pipes is that perfect little bit of overlap. But let me show you what I did. So first of all, I bought my last 2 tiles, and if I did it all over again, I would definitely buy different tiles on this map. But I bought basically this section up here that you see up at the top of the screen to build in a university and a massive varsity sports area. And then all I did really was dropped in a T-intersection on the highway, or an interchange, and dumped that out to one of the large roundabouts. I converted this piece from 6-lane roads to 4-lane roads with tree-lined streets. And then we've got a tram network that runs kind of up and down what will be our main area of focus for the campus. And then a little one-way loop, but I've rounded it off just a little bit here on the corners. And that can be where our main quad and administration building are. So for the previous 2 weeks, we focused on the traditional university in Wood Garden. We did the trade school in Springdale. So for this one, we're going to do the liberal arts. And for this one, that looks good right there. Now we officially have a campus area. Now, what did it call it? Okay. So first thing we need to change is this. Where do we change the name? Oh, rename. So for this one, since it is Winterfell and most of our district names are named after parts of Game of Thrones, the Citadel would most naturally be our area for learning. We'll get electricity over here. I just realized I didn't connect that up either. So let's do that, and then we'll come over here kind of on the back side. I think we have to go up and over this. There we go. So we'll connect this for now. Can we get just across the highway? There we go. We'll connect this up for now, and we'll work on the rest, kind of cleaning that up. Definitely this city needs a cleanup, and it's a little rough around some of the edges. I love the really loose feel of Old Town and Stark Park, and I kind of want to get away from some of these grids, and we'll connect some curvy roads and blow some stuff out to do that. But that is for a future cleanup project, not what we need to worry about right now. So as far as buildings, let's pause it, because we have other universities on the map. That's going to throw us off a little bit. Let's get dormitories going first. So I think the dorms, we could put the dorms kind of on this side. So let's connect some footpaths through here. We'll come out about 10 units. We'll go all the way down to the train tracks and all the way down to the highway. Or I should say to that entrance road. I don't think anyone's going to be crossing there, but we'll give them some options to get around. Now, the question is, can I get 2 dorms right here? I can't. That's unfortunate. So we'll leave a little bit of a buffer between our dorms and the train tracks. Let's connect one more footpath through here. Just so we can kind of keep that spacing even. And maybe we could even get rid of this dorm or move this dorm. We could have things like our groundskeeping crew over there by the highway. We'll do 6 dorms for now. That should be plenty to get us started in a smaller town like this. We're only at 55,000 population. So we're not going to have that much demand for college. Certainly not like we saw in Springdale with 200,000 pop. So that gets us our dormitories. We could throw a study hall, I think, right across the street, kind of off the quad. Groundskeeping we could throw over here. We'll space it out a little bit like that. All right, before I drop any more buildings down, what I do want to do is try and carve some footpaths through here. And we'll try and make that relatively symmetrical. Got a ton of log spam, a ton of trees that have been downed over here. So I think for this campus, we're going to spread out a little bit more up and down this road. So I don't want to go too deep, but I do want to provide a little bit of coverage for buildings kind of off the main street. We dropped in the dormitory. Did we drop in the study hall? That's this building. Groundskeeping we dropped in over here. That would probably make sense to move, now that I think about it. Kind of off on this side, maybe? At least for our first one. You can have multiple instances, I believe, of groundskeeping. And then, Drama Club. So I think the Drama Club could go up here. And then that's it for buildings that we have unlocked to start. I take it back. They unlock one of the schools right away. So the School of Education. Influx of substitute and student teachers, which allows classrooms to have higher student capacity and helps them educate more efficiently. Increases attractiveness, requires a campus area. So for this one, let's put this down on the street. Just because we can separate things out a bit. Let's do 4 units away from the train tracks. And that is bent a little bit. Maybe we'll fix that later. But that gives us a really good start for this campus area. You can see kind of how much room the schools, the larger schools take up. So we should be able to get 1 more there, or worst case 2 on this side of the street. We'll set up tram lines and at least get people moving around here. Right now, the only way to get in here is via the highway. And another thing that I want to do, probably while we're idling the game and ranking up the status of our university, is we want to get hooked into the metro. And the metro on this map is awful. It was an afterthought. We do have ability to kind of get around to the most important areas, which is the industrial area. There's a stop up here. There's a stop over here. There's a little loop up here, but it's not well done. But at the very least, I want to get metro connected so that people have a route to get up to here on the campus. In fact, maybe we can just drop a couple of these in real quick. So we'll do one there, and I don't know, down here. And then when we eventually figure out what we're going to do with our varsity sports over here in this clearing, we'll flatten this out a little bit. Because we've seen what happens when I don't. It gets all lumpy and wonky. But that will give us some good ways to get connected around other parts of the city. Maybe at the very least for right now, we can do this. Connect this in into that loop that's down here. And we only need it to connect one way. That's fine. So we have a T stop here. I say T, that's what we call it in Boston. A metro stop here that's right next to the train station. And that was really our kind of our main way of getting around. So we'll create a new line. We'll bring people up this way. So that hopefully they'll transfer lines if they need to and visit our campus area that way. But one of the big projects for... Did I get all those? Yeah, that's coming back. One of the big projects for this map is going to be definitely revamping the subway. Because it's a mess. So, I know. We'll fix it. We'll fix it later. That's a continuing trend on the channel. So, let's do this. We'll do a quick look at what university coverage is at for right now. Because, ideally, we want people attending our university, our main university, not the ones that already exist. So for right now, we'll go ahead and delete those, or not delete those. We'll turn those off. Where's the other one? Over here somewhere. So that turns those universities off. Let's take a look at what we have for demand. Let's let that play, because actually I might need to account for a lot more students attending our university. Capacity's at 3,200. Or 3,000 out of a possible 12,000. That's crazy. That's as many as we had in a town of 200,000. That's crazy. All right, so let's continue our network of dormitories across the train tracks. And let's bring it all the way down here towards our metro stop, right near the crosswalks. And let's see, we did about, I think, 4 units on the other side. So we'll just do this. We'll spam them on either side. We might even need to do a second block at this rate. Though this should settle down, but it looks like we've just got so much demand right now. It's honestly very surprising to me. So that should help. Let's see where that gets us while we're waiting for that count to increase. Let's come over here and heat this, because I'm sure they would appreciate that. 2,200 is the number that we're looking for. There we go. And we'll get that hooked in just for some redundancy. So where is our capacity at now? 8,000, man. Okay. This is a crazy amount of students. It's a fifth of the population that's in college. What's up with that? So back over to here. That should be enough room. Yeah, that's enough room for some more dorms. And we'll have to get these heated as well. Massive block of dorms over here. I was not expecting that much demand. That's crazy. $10,000. So we'll come down over here if we can and do one more row. Can we get this connected? There we go. At least I can do that to keep the grid work a little bit lined up. Right? And if I do one row here, I would think that would be enough. 12,700. Let's see where our demand is at. Yeah, so that has us pretty good, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. Double check our heating coverage. We're good there. So now it's just a waiting game. We're waiting to get to year 2. Oh, stop. I almost forget every time. Cinematography, I like it. Music, literature, I'm a fan of all 3. So I guess cinematography first. We will fully fund the academic staff. And that's about all we can do right now. When we do drop in varsity sports, we'll again look at flattening out an area over here. Got a separate branch off the roundabout that they can get there. We could probably do one more thing before we call it quits here. And that is on the tram lines to actually define some tram stops. So let's do one here for sure. We'll do one right here. We'll connect some more footpaths. Let's do that, and then we'll come back around, and we'll basically double them up. No, you know what? No. Let's stagger them just a little bit. Could do that and come around. So we got one tram line that's kind of servicing this area of the city. We've got it hooked into the metro. Not the best just yet, but we will we'll get better at that. And again, now it's just a waiting game. So we'll see. Oh, maybe we'll move that because that's kind of annoying that we're gonna have that lump in the quad. But future, fix it later. We'll upgrade the metro when we get to level 2 of the university. We'll drop in what we've unlocked at the second year before we call it quits for today, and hopefully set the stage for a successful expansion on Wednesday's episode and then a finish on Fridays. So, all right. So, this might be more difficult than I thought. Maybe I had really good luck with the first 2 universities. But let me show you what's going on here. So if we jump back out to info views, we're into our first, or I should say into our second academic year. We have 8,000 eligible university students, and we have, I think, 87 of them actually attending. 89. It's very slowly climbing up. So let me show you what I did. We're going to leave it playing on 3 times speed in the background here. Transport routes. That is radio. I don't know how I got to that. Transport routes. I redid some of my metro. So I did some metro around here. Old Town basically has a stop here that 2 lines meet at, and that connects up to the train station. The train station connects up to this train station, which connects up to the university. This does the same thing where there's 2 lines running through Egret Park and Bolton Farms, connecting up to the train station. That train station also, I'm saying train station a lot, connects up to the industrial area. And then I've got some metros that are running through the Vale, up through Hodor, and into the university campus, the Citadel. But we just have a ton of eligibility, and people aren't making the trip over here. I was hoping that those changes would help make the difference. One thing that I did do was I turned on Old Town on all the different districts. I don't know if it's affecting people's ability to get up here. I don't know if I need to do more of an express route where I'm individually connecting those metro lines from each area up to the university, but we're just not seeing the student capacity. So I messed something up. If you know what I did, let me know in the comments, because we've got highway access. It is way over here on the edge of the map. We've got metros, we've got trams and trains, and everything's kind of connecting close. I don't know if I'm making too many line hops for people, but I will let this play on 3 times through this academic year, see if we get anywhere near 500 students to get to our next level. If not, I may have to scrap the Winterfell build, at least for now. But let me do that. Let's time lapse, or rather we'll just skip ahead to the end of this academic year, see if we are at all close to that 500 student capacity that we need to get to for the next level. I was able to achieve level 5 in a town of around 60,000 in Wood Garden, but But we're a little lower than that, but still 93 students out of a possible 8,000. I don't know what was going on there. I built all these dorms, and it's pretty much a dorm, one student per dorm at this rate. So we'll see. We'll see where this settles down. I want to say it's slowly climbing, but then it dips. There again, there's 8,000 eligible students, and we have about 100 here. So something is seriously wrong. Like, everything's green over here for the most part. We don't need it to cover over here because this is all industrial. This is really dry over here. We've got our existing universities turned off. And of course we've got fire breaking out everywhere. I don't know what it is about my maps. There is that disable fire spread option, but I'm not going to turn it on just for the entertainment value. Watching massive parts of my map burst into flames. We've got some nice farmland here. It's a shame there isn't an agricultural college. Would fit in great over here. But what I will do is I'll time lapse, or again I'll skip ahead to the end of this academic year. We'll see where we're at student capacity wise, and then worst case, what we'll do is we'll turn on Unlock All, and we'll build a campus, and we'll just see what all the trade school buildings look like, and have some fun dropping this in a slightly different way in our snowy map with our trams providing service up and down the road. We need to fill this in quite a bit though. It looks very empty up here in the corner of the map. So if the game won't level up correctly, there's certainly problems that we could solve, but I think in just the interest of closing out this campus week and in the interest of time management, what I might do is if it doesn't get near that 500, we'll just cheat and unlock everything, make a big campus, and have some fun with it before we return next week, I believe, back to Portsmouth. But one of the other things that I want to do is a fresh, from the ground up campus build on one of the new maps, and we'll go ahead and do that on console since it's available on there, and hopefully have some fun with that. So let me know if you have thoughts either way. We will be returning to Portsmouth. Do we return to Portsmouth next week, or do we start a new console campus build? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Better yet, join us on the Discord over there. Best place to get involved in the discussion. Link in the description down below.
5 minutes later.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I had Schools Out turned on citywide. Just turned it off, and look at that. 375, 400. So yeah, I had the Schools Out policy on. Schools Out, for those of you that don't know, is a policy that you can enable, and I had it on citywide because it was a small town. People want to go to school, they could, but we were encouraging them to... I went to the wrong one. We were encouraging them to go to work instead of going on to university. Now we are doing the opposite, prioritizing education over working for young adults. And just like that, we have enough to hit our next level. So tune in on Wednesday when we will reach the next academic level. And yeah, I'm an idiot sometimes. So if you were heading down to the comments to tell me about that, then kudos to you. And if not, it's an easy thing to miss. So we should have no problems hitting our next reputation level, and we'll continue our work on Wednesday, building out the Citadel without cheats, because I remembered how the game works. So I just want to throw that little addendum at the end of the episode. Again, hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you on the next one. Move the Mouse, signing off.